Welcome to the Korean Atlas and History. Each episode, we will take you on an exploration through some aspect of Korean culture, the landscape, the history, and more. Today, on the Korean Atlas and History, famous Koreans, Dangun. Dangun is the legendary founder of the first Korean kingdom, Gojoseon. It is said that he founded Gojoseon around 2333 BC. Dangun was considered a god king, and the history surrounding Dangun is entwined with myth and legend. The story of Dangun begins with his grandfather, the Lord of Heaven, Hwanin. Hwanin's son, Hwanung, wanted to live on the earth. Hwanin permitted this, and Hwanung and his followers descended to Baekdu Mountain, where they founded the City of the Gods. In this city, Hwanung and his helpers taught laws and moral codes, as well as art, medicine, and agriculture. Some time after the creation of the city, there appeared a tiger and a bear who both wanted to become human. They asked Hwanung for help, and Hwanung told them that they could become human if they lived in a cave out of the sun for 100 days, and during this time only eat garlic and sacred mugwort. The tiger quickly lost patience and left the cave after 20 days. Yet the bear persevered, and after 100 days, she emerged as a woman. The bear woman, named Eungnya, was now lonely and had no husband. She prayed under a divine birch tree that she could have children. Hwanung was moved by her prayers and took her as a wife. Soon she gave birth to Dangun WangGeom. Dangun ascended to the throne in the 50th year of the reign of Emperor Yao. Dangun built the walled city of Pyongyang and named his kingdom Joseon. This kingdom, one of the earliest periods of Korean history, is now referred to as the Kingdom of Gojoseon. Go, a prefix meaning ancient, is used to distinguish this kingdom from the later kingdom of Joseon. The creation of Gojoseon by Dangun is marked every year in Korea on October 3rd, a national holiday known as Founders' Day. Dangun later moved his capital to the city of Asadal on Mount Baegak. After ruling Asadal for 1,500 years, Dangun moved his capital to Jangdang-yong. Dangun himself then returned to Asadal to become a mountain god at the age of 1,908. The belief in the god king Dangun has had many effects on Korean society. One of which is the way in which Korean time was counted until 1961. Until 1961, the official South Korean era was called a dangi, and this numbering system began in the year 2333 BC. Another effect is in the practice of Taekwondo, in which the second pattern in international Taekwondo is representative of Dangun. All the punches in this pattern tend to be high, at eye level, which symbolize Dangun scaling a mountain. Dangun has had various effects on religion in Korea as well. One such religion, Daejungkyo, or Daejongism, is the religion of the divine progenitor, or the great ancestral religion. There are about 17 major sects of this religion. The main sect was founded in 1909 by Na Chol. Dangunists believe themselves to be the authentic followers of the native Korean religion. Their belief is in one God who is manifested into three persons. These three persons include the Creator, Hwanin, the teacher, Hwanung, and the ruler, Dangun. Dangun is claimed to be the earthly manifestation of the God in heaven. The faith of Daejeongism is embodied in 3 texts. These texts include the Classic of the Seal of Heaven, the Teachings of the Triune God, and the Classics of the Wise One. Respectively, these texts are a world origin narrative, a theological statement, and a manual of ethics. Believers claim that these 3 texts date back to the time of Dangun, though most scholars believe they were compiled in the early 20th century by Na Chol and his followers. Daejeongism is well known for its teaching of breathing techniques, known as Neidan in Taoism. Daejeongism was heavily influenced by Na Chol, a leader of the Korean independence movement from Japanese rule in the early 1900s. Scholars have noted the similarities between Daejeongism and Christianity in its belief in a trinity, although the ethics of Daejeongism more closely mirror Confucianism. In 1916, Na Chol committed suicide at a shrine on Mount Guwol, saying that he had guilt over his failures and that he was martyring himself for the sake of his religion, his God, and his people. It was around this time that Daejeongism reached its height, with an estimated 400,000 followers. It is believed that a major factor contributing to the popularity of Daejeongism at this point was because of Korean patriotism during this time of Japanese occupation. A second religion inspired by Dangun is that of Chundo-gyo, or Chundoism. Chundoism had its origins in the peasant rebellions during the Joseon dynasty. Chundoism, which means the heavenly way, was a reaction to Western encroachment and specifically the rise of Catholicism in Korea. Catholicism provided a sense of structure and stability beyond the family unit and was thus gaining a foothold in Korean homes around the 1860s. Chundoism, based on established religions and based on Eastern ideals, rapidly gained broad acceptance among the peasantry at the time. Chundoists believe that heaven is the ultimate principle of good and justice. They see heaven or God as an instructor. In Chundoism, there is a strong emphasis on personal cultivation and improving one's inner nature. When improving your inner nature, you come closer to heaven. Although Dangun is not the direct focus of Chundoism, Chundoists still see Dangun as a deity. Dangun has also had an interesting effect on modern North Korea as well. Kim Il-sung, the first leader of North Korea, insisted that Dangun was not a legend, but a real person. Kim Il-sung sent archaeologists in search of the remains and the grave of Dangun, and later they found what North Korea has claimed to be just that, the Mausoleum of Dangun. The mausoleum is on the slope of Taebaek Mountain in Gangdong. The site is shaped like a pyramid and occupies about 1.8 kilometers squared. The pyramid is 22 meters high and 50 meters on each side. Scholars outside of North Korea consider this site quite controversial. Dangun WangGeom, the first king of Korea and the creator of Gojoseon, is known to Koreans everywhere. We hope you have enjoyed the Korean Atlas and History. Much of our information has been obtained through the Namu Wiki and Wikipedia. If you want to learn more or study the Korean names of these places, check out our Memrise tool. If you wish to download all the episodes of this podcast, want more information, or want transcripts of this podcast, visit us at www.koreanatlasandhistory.com. If you wish to send us an email, you can email us at koreanatlasandhistory@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.